Welcome to day 10. Today we will discuss about classes. So let's first open Canopy. Okay, it has been opened. Let's open editor. Wait for a few seconds. Okay. Now I have opened editor. Create a new file. Let's save it first. So save as, and let's name it classes. Classes.py. Okay, so today we will discuss about classes. What is classes? Let me first tell you this. What is class? What is classes? Classes are the collection of objects and its data types and its properties. So what is mean that? It is a collection of an object. Okay. So what is object? Now you must be wondering that what is object? Object is, as we know in the basic physics, it says that anything that occupies space and has weight is object. You can look around of you and you will find most of the object. For example, I am giving you that you can see your PC is an object, your laptop is an object, your charger is an object, your mouse is an object, your bottle is an object, windows is an object, house is an object, man is an object itself. So everything that has a space, that occupies space and has weight is an object. So the object-oriented programming is the most used programming, and it is used for real world mostly. By creating a classes, you can easily define all the type of man or all the type of humans, all the type of chargers, all the type of laptops in classes. In programming it will be clear. Let's write a code for class, and let's say I am going to create a class for man. Okay, so I will say class man, and here you have to mention first in init method. It is the default method. Once you make an instance of the class, it runs automatically. So I will take self, and let's say I will take name. I will tell you what is self. Wait for a few minutes, and let's say name, and let's say s, and let's say I want to know the location too. So I will say location, and then I will write self dot name is equal to name, self dot age is equal to age, self dot location is equal to location. You have to always mention the self in classes. It runs automatically along with the class also. So what it does is self dot name, it takes the parameter name and it create a variable name. So it takes the parameter, then create a variable. So now the name is variable in all inside this class everywhere. Okay, you will understand it. And let's create a new function like what a man can do. So man can eat. So let's say first make a function of eat, and I will say man is eating. So when it will come man is eating. You have to mention self keyword in each method. So I will say, let's say I define the function sleep, and let's say I will say man is sleeping. And let's create a new function. Let's say code. So it will say man is coding into man is coding. Okay, let's create a new function. Let's say define info man, and here I will take self, and here I will say print name is plus name dot title. Okay, let's say print again age also. So I will say age is plus str age, and then I will say print location. So I will say lives in, and then I will say location dot title. I have created some method for that using what is the method and the function. So you must be wondering why I called this method and not the function. So the difference between method and function is how they are called. So method always associated with classes, okay, but function calls alone. Like, let me show you. I will write program and you will know. Let's say let's create a man. So let's say a man, and this man is Alexa, and then I will say I will give age, and then I will say location. Here you see in the init method I have 3 parameters: name, age, and location. Okay, so what happens here is every time you create a class, you create an instance of the class, you have to give 3 parameters. Init method is the method which is automatically called when you create a instance of the class. The first function which automatically calls for the first method which automatically calls is init. So you have to always mention this, define init in the class. Let's say write something here, comment for classes for men. Okay, so these are the comments you have to always keep mentioning, so you don't get confused by what this class represent or what that method represent. Okay, now I have created man1, and let's say I want to call the man1 name. So I will say just name and see if it's working or not. So I will say print man1 dot name, and see Alexa. See, it's showing Alexa. I mentioned Alexa here, so it is showing and name is Alexa. So I will say that what is the information of the man. So info man is, I have created a method info man. So I will say man1 dot info man, and see if it's showing all the thing. Okay, it is printing Alexa first, then it is showing name is Alexa, age is 21, lives in location. So now let's create a, let's call another method. Let's say man1 dot eat. So it will say man is eating, and see, okay, man is eating. So if you want, let's say I want to say that not man, I want to mention name here. So I can say self dot name dot title, and then I will say is eating. So just run it again and say Alexa is eating. Okay, hope you get the idea how you can create a class and you can call it. See, I have created only one man here. You can create multiple man. So I will say man2, and then I will create a different man, and I will say Rahul, and then I will give him name as 22, and then I will location as Lucknow, and see, let's create call the method man2 dot sleep. So I know he will be sleeping, so I will say man2 dot sleep, and see if it was or not. Man is sleeping. What? Okay, here I have not mentioned the name. Let's say self dot name dot title, and here also I will say self dot name dot title, and then I will say plus. Now it will okay, here I forgot plus. So now let's run it again and see. So Rahul is sleeping. Okay, that's how you create a class and create an instance of the class. You can create as many mans as you want, and you can mention all the method or all the function that a man can do. You can create an object for the laptop, what your laptop can do, what are the functions the laptop can do, how many hours it will take to charge your laptop. Okay, you can create a class for Windows, how many times windows are open, how many times windows are closed, everything. You can create a class. You can make an object of, and you can make class of anything that is object. Let's create a new class for bike. Okay, so you can understand in a better way. I will say new, I will say Python 3 file, and let's save it first. So I will say bike. Okay, bike 12. Now let's create first commit for, let's say, classes. Then create a node function here. Let's say class and bike. Okay, now create a method init, and then Excel keyword. Then I will say, let's say first I will take bike name, then model number, and then I will say bike name and model number and cost. Okay, so I can say price. Okay, I'm taking, so I will say self dot name is equal to name, self dot model is equal to model, self dot price is equal to price. Okay, so let's say I want to print first name of the bike, so I will say name in detail, and here I will take self keyword. Then I will say I will print my bike name is not my bike, actually bike name is, I will say bike name dot self dot name, and then okay, and I will say model number is okay, not less model, let's say model is so I will say price and print prices instead of price. So let's create one bike. So I will say bike bun, and I will say here bike, and here it takes 3 parameters. So I will say Splendor or Apache, and I will say model is say Apache 180. Then I will say price, and say 1 20,000. So it gets a new bike. Now just call the bike method to see if it's working. So I will say bike one dot price. So it is attribute. So I will just run it. Okay, not mess it up. I will say print price. So it is creating a method. I am using the same name for the method and the variables. That's why. So now it will work fine. So let's say my object has no attribute. Save dot price dot what? Okay. Let's run it again. Can't convert int object to str simplicity. Okay. Here it is integer, so I have to convert it into a string. Now let's run it again and see if it works. Okay, price is 1,10,000. So let's say I want to create myself. Here I am saying bike name is self.name. So I will just call the function. Let's call the function. Call the method first. Name in detail. And let's see. Bike name is Apache. Model is 180. But I want to create for my own. So I will just move it and I want to print my custom value or what I want to print right now. So I will say my bike name is plus bike one dot name. See, name here is an variable, but if you want to access the name, you have to associate with the name of the object. So it is called, now it is attributes. I already tell you what it does is it takes parameters and create it into a variable named name. But if you are accessing it outside the class, it becomes attribute. So you have to always, if you want to access the attribute, you have to always mention the object first, then you dot and then the name of the attribute. So I'm saying name, and let's keep it. Let's run it again and see my bike name is, and let's say I also want to print, and my bike name is, or let's say my bike is name, and then I will say simple bike one dot model 2, bike one dot model. Okay, so it will print Apache 180. Let's add some space here. Okay, now let's run it again and see my bike is Apache 180. Okay, hope you get the idea how you can create a class and instance of the class. So you can create, I have created bike 1, you can create bike 2, bike 3, bike 4, bike or anything. Let's create a new bike for you. Let's say I want to create bike 2, and I will say bike and name it Yamaha, and I will say around 5, and price is, let's say 1,50,000. And here I will print your bike is, your bike is, and I will say bike 2 dot name plus model. So I will say bike 2 dot model, then I will say again add full stop. Okay, and here I want to also print the cost of your bike, so I will say price of it. So your bike price is, and then I will say bike 2 dot price. and see if it's working or not. So I will run it and can convert int object. Okay, here it is an integer, so we have to convert it into a string. And let's run it again. See, my bike is Apache 180, your bike is Yamaha R15, your bike price is 1,80,000. Okay, that's how you can create multiple bike. I will just give you an example. Let's add a default value. So here you can see, like I have to, if I want to use more parameters, you have to always mention the parameter, but it's not. You can use a default value also. So let's say I want to create a new value for mileage, not mileage, bike run. So I will say odometer reading. Odometer, and let's say odometer is, and then I will print odometer reading. So I have to create a new method, distance traveled, and then I will print bike has run, and then I will say self dot odometer and kilometer. Or let's comment it first. Wait. Keep bike next and bike. Okay, now let's say I want to check how many distance my bike has traveled. So I will say bike 1 dot distance traveled. Self is not defined. Slave, where I have used slave. Okay. Let's run it again and convert it. Okay, here you have to convert it into a string. And see, bike has run 0 km. Let's increment the odometer. So I will say self dot odometer, and I will say now right now 100, and see now let's see, bike has run 100 km. You can also increment the bike value. Let's access the attribute first and increment it here all. So I will say here you have to make a comment so that it doesn't update the value every time you call it. I will say bike 1 dot odometer, and let's say here 200. Now let's call it again. Run file. Bike has run 0 km, bike has run 200 km, because I have updated the value to 200. Simple. That's how you can create a default attribute, default value. So you don't have to, here you can see I have created an instance of the class, but I have not mentioned here odometer, but still I am using odometer. That's the default value. You can say hidden value. So you can also use it. You can also update the value using the method here. So let's say I want to update the value by using method. So it is always a good idea to create methods for each thing. So let's say I will say update odometer, and here self I will ask an argument from the user. Let's say I will say distance, like how many distance the bike has traveled today. Okay, so distance, simple. And then here I will update the value. So I will say self dot odometer is equal to distance. Now the odometer value will be updated, so it will run here. So let's update. So I will say bike 1 the update odometer, update odometer, and then I will give an argument. So I will say I have traveled my bike less than 800. Now let's call it distance traveled again. So I will say bike 1 dot distance traveled. Let's see how Python changes. Bike has run 0 km, bike has run 200 km, bike has run 800 km. You can also keep incrementing it, like I don't want to print every time. I want to add, let's say first it was 200, after running 200, if I have run 800 again, so it will show 1000 km. So you can also do this. So let's say self dot odometer will be plus equal distance, just simply add it. Now it will show 100,000 km because value will be updated. What happens is it check the updated value of self odometer. First self odometer is 0. Okay, so it print bike has done 0 km. Now the odometer is updated. Now the value is 200. So it is printing bike has done 200 km. Now the value is updated to 800. Here it calls this method, and here it adds the value 800 to 200. Now the value has been 1000, so it is showing bike has done 1000 km. So we can use the method, or you should always keep using method. That's a good idea. Okay, let's add one more time. Let's say I travel again 1000 km, and not 1000, let's say 500 km. Now let's check again the let's check again and see bike is on 0 km, 200 km, 1000 km, 1500 km. So let's talk about inheritance. Let's create a new file for that. Let's Python file, and let's get inheritance. Inheritance. Okay, sorry, I saw it in small characters. Let's say see here what I want to mention is, let's remove all this. I want to make another class for a sports bike. So except a sports bike, every bike will be in class bike, and a sports will be in different class. So I will say let's create a new class. Let's say a sports bike. You are making inheritance of the class, so you have to mention the class here. So which class I am copying with, so I will mention bike here, like I am copying all the attributes and methods from the bike class. What it does is it copy all the method and attributes of one class to another class. This is called inheritance. So by using inheritance, you can save your code, you can minimize your code, minimize the length of your code. Here what happens is, let's say if you want to write this function again, like I have to create a class for a sports bike, so I have to write this function again and again. It will take more time to me, so it is a better idea to make a copy of this class and use it into another class. That's why inheritance came. By using inheritance, it copies all the method and attributes of one class into another. As always, you have to define a method init for the thing you want. So I want self, and I want the same, so I will say name, and then I will say model, then I will say price for sports bike, let's say here. So here you don't have to write self dot name, instead you can just use super dot init. And here it takes 3 parameters. So here I will just say name, model and price. The class from which you make instance is called the parent class, and the class which created for making instance is called child class. So here you can see in the parent class init method is it takes only 3 parameters. So here I am giving only 3 parameters. You have to, if I will enter 4 parameters, it will show error. You can use 4th parameter here and it won't show error. You will discuss later. Let's check whether it's work or not. So I will say, let's create a new bike and say I will say bike 2 again, and here I will, instead of writing bike, I will write here a sports bike. And let's say here I will mention 3 things. Name of the bike I will say Yamaha, then I will say model number, and I will say R15, and then I will say cost, and I will say once again 185. See, it is a sports bike. So I will just say let's create a new bike also. Let's say bike 3, and let's say sports bike, and let's say Ducati, and here I will say 750, and the cost will be approx 5 lakh. Okay, so here let's check if it's working or not. So I will say print my sports bike is and let's say bike 2 dot name, and let's check it, see if it's working. Okay, my sports bike is Yamaha. See, it's working. So I have not here mentioned self.name is equal to name, but it is still working. Let's call another thing method. Let's call some method. Let's say I want to check bike has done how many kilometers. So I will say distance travel. So I will say bike 2 dot distance travel, and check. Bike has done 0 kilometer. This update bike 2 dot update odometer, and I have drive 100 kilometer, and let's run it again. Let's see if it's working. No attribute a sports bike object has no attribute update odometer. No, it won't say error. Okay, bike has done 100 kilometer. See, so that's how you can create an instance of the class. It copies all the method, and if I am calling the update odometer method, here I have not mentioned here update odometer, but still it is able to call the update odometer. That is the instance of the class. You can also define a custom method for this class. Here I want to add mileage, so I will say that bike mileage, and here I will say self, here print my bike mileage is 30 kilometers. Let's call bike mileage, bike2 dot bike mileage and see if it's working. Bike2 dot bike mileage, and my bike mileage is 30 km. You can also take input or argument from the user and then update the value. So I will say, let's say mileage here, and here I will remove plus self dot mileage, and then I will say kilometer. See if it's work or not. So I will say bike3 dot mileage, and I will give custom mileage of 20, and then let's run it again and see if it works. Spot object has no attribute. Okay, you have to mention here mileage. So I will say self dot mileage is equal to mileage. Mileage. Bike 3 experts bike missing. Okay, let's give here 10. Can count into my mileage is my bike mileage is 10 km. Okay, now you can see how you can use a custom method, custom input also. So here it takes 4 arguments. You can not only input 3 arguments, you can give 4 parameters, you can give 5 parameters, etc. Okay, if let's say I want to remove here 20. Okay, it doesn't update the value because it takes the value from the mileage here, so it doesn't update the value. Let's check any variable, and let's say here distance again, distance only, and here let's say self dot mileage is equal to distance. This time it works, and let's run again, and it will show 50 km. My bike mileage is 50 km. Okay, hope you get the idea of how you can use it. This is all about the inheritance. Now let's talk about importing the class. So let's create a new Python file, and let's name it same as import classes. Import classes. Now here I want to import the classes. Like here you can see I have created a class bike. Here I have created a class bike. Here I have created also another class sports bike. Here I have created the class man. So what if I want to use man class in here, just like we use in Python? So you can simply say the name of the class and the class you are copying. First I will say the name of the file, so I will say from, and name is inheritance, so I will say from inheritance, and then I will say import, and then the name of the class, and you can say either bike or a sports bike. So I will say bike, let's say import bike is equal to bike. It takes how many parameters, how many arguments? Name, model, price, 3 arguments. So I will say name, what name is, let's say Pulsar, then model, so model is 220, the model is string, and cost is, let's say 180. Now let's say if it's working, check it. So what is the method of the class? Let's call the method name in detail. So I will say import bike dot name in detail, and see it is showing output or not. Yes, bike name is Pulsar, model is 220. It is running here also, so you can just comment it. Now it won't show my bike mileage, so run it again and see bike name is Pulsar, model is 220. That's how you can import a classes. You can also copy a sports bike. So let's say let's comment it, and let's comment it too, and let's comment it too. And here I will say again from inheritance, same name, inheritance, and here I will say import, and instead of bike here I will say sports bike, and let's create a new bike equal sports bike, and let's say what I want is, let's say name it again Yamaha R15. okay, Yamaha, or not Yamaha, let's say Charisma, and see it's working or not. My bike mileage is 15 km. Okay, it's working. So here you can see I have also created a sports bike. This is how you can import different classes into another file. So you can make a class of all the class in single file, and then you can copy the class to make a new class. You can also copy here. Let's say I want to copy multiple class. What I want to copy multiple class? Now you can copy multiple class. So here I can say I want to class bike also and a sports bike also, and see how it changes. Okay, let's check. See, bike name is Pulsar, model is 220. My bike mileage is 15 km. It is showing this one. You can also call name in detail here, and so I will say new bike dot name in detail, and see it will show you. To make it clear, let's add some line here. Let's say print /n. Okay, now see bike name is Charisma, model is ZMR, my bike mileage is 15 km. Here bike name is Pulsar, model is 220. Okay, that's the difference between two classes. That's how you can import multiple classes too. Okay, and let's copy first. Let's make a comment of from inheritance import sports bike. You can also copy entire module of the class. So let's create a new file. Okay, it will mess up here, so let's create new file, and here I first save it. So save as import classes module all module, let's not mention module, let's say import class all. Okay, now here I want to import all the classes. Like I want to import just inheritance, and here you don't have to define a custom class. You want to copy all the class which are inside the inheritance file. So I will say from inheritance, or you can say import inheritance. Now all the class has been imported here. So let's say I want to create a new bike again. So I will say my new bike. Let's say new bike one, and again here let's create. So here you have to mention the name along with the file name. You have to mention the name of the class along with the file name. So first we have to write file name here, inheritance, then the name of the class. So the name of the class is either a sports bike or bike. So here let's create a bike first. So let's say bike, and then you give 3 parameter again. So here I will say glamour, and let's say glamour 160, and let's say cost is 1,20,000. Okay, now let's check it's working. Let's say new bike one name dot name detail, and let's run it. Okay, bike name is glamour, model is 160. That's how you can import the entire module. You can also import inheritance, you can also import classes. Here you can see I have classes here, man, so I can also say from classes. Okay, let's write a new line here, copy first, and let's say import classes, inheritance, then import classes, then import bike. Okay, everything. Want to import all the things, everything from all the class. So let's create a new man. Yes, new man is classes dot man, and then the name is Alexa. It's not Alexa here. Let's change the name. Let's change name to Sean, and let's say 22, and let's say name is and location is let's select now. Now let's uncomment this bike so we can check whether it's working or not. And new man here I've created, and I will call the function file. Let's say new man is eating, so I will say eat, new man dot eat. Okay, let's create a new. Here I am copying bike, so in bike we will create a new bike 2. I'm checking all the classes in a single file. So let's create a bike here. You have to name the bike.bike. What's the name of the file bike, then the class bike. Okay, that's why I write bike.bike, and here let's mention a new bike, and here I will say discover, and I will say 150, discover 150, and then I will cost it here 120. Okay, and let's say new bike 2 dot, let's call another function here, print price. I want to say print price. And print. See, here it will print all the thing. Here it will first print all these things, all these methods, then it will print price. Okay, so don't get confused. And let's add new line here. Let's say print /n, and let's add here also, and let's check. Let's run the file and see. First it is showing Alexa. See, it is all messed up. I'm coming from name, classes and bike, so it runs in series. First is classes, it runs all the output from here. It runs all this file which are already calling. If you don't want to be called, let's comment it. Okay, you can comment it, you can uncomment it, and let's uncomment it here, comment it, let's comment it here, and let's comment it here too. Okay, now let's it won't confuse any, it won't create any confusion. Now let's run file again. See, I created bike glamour. It is showing my bike name is glamour and my model is 60 because it is calling name in inheritance and then bike. In inheritance bike, you can inheritance bike, there is name detail. Here is a bike name is, then name of the bike, then model is, and then name of the model. Okay, then again it is creating a new man, and here it is creating from classes. So classes dot man, and then it is showing sun22, and so I am calling it. So it will, the it function call takes name and then it says it is eating. So sun is eating. Then again new bike I have created here from the bike class, and I have called print price. So what print price that is, it is print the price is and then the price. So here it will say price is 1,20,000. That's how you can import multiple files and all the classes in that file. You can also use asterisk for that. Let's create a new file. This a new, and here let's first save it. So I will say import classes and then asterisk. Okay, asterisk means all. Here you can also say import classes all or entire. All I created also entire from inheritance, and I import star. So it works same as function, like we have created importing function, but here you can see here I have created import class. So first I have to name the name of the file, then the class, name of the file, then the class, name of the file, then the class. You can see the name of the file is inheritance.py, then the class is inside name of the file bike. So here you can minimize your code and you don't have to mention name every time. You can just name bike and it will create a class. Let's copy these 3 lines and let's paste it here. Let's comment all this and see my bike name import inheritance.bike glamour, and let's call it. So you don't have to write inheritance.bike, you can simply write bike. Now it won't say any error. Let's run file and see bike name is glamour, model is 160. So it minimized the code. Now you can uncomment it also. Let's say import all the 3 files. So you can say what, say from not inheritance this time, from classes. Okay, if you want to import the bike, it will show error. Let me show you first, run it to show this it shows error or not. So let's run file and it will show error. See, name class is not defined. Okay, here let's remove classes here first, then run it again. Now it will show you the error of class bike class. So here you can see type the bike has no attribute bike. If you are importing from inheritance, import star, it will automatically import bike, because you can see here bike is already inside the inheritance, so you don't have to mention bike again. So you can just say, you can just remove here bike and it will not show you any error. So I will see sun is 80, price is 1000 and model is 160, bike name is glamour. That's how you can use it. You can also remove the bike here, remove the bike from here, but it will, if you remove the bike from here, it will show error for sports bike, because sports bike is making an instance from the bike which is the parent of the sports bike. So don't get confused. You can simply see how you can import by using different methods, and then you can import all the file. Okay, I think that's all for the class. We'll see you in the next lecture.